Hello, 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 North Carolina. This is Terrence Boykin here with Keller Williams out of Raleigh, North Carolina, here today with our first North Carolina update. You got me here in Raleigh. We got Zeke Farrington over across the state in Charlotte. So we're going to keep you up to date month to month on what's going on. Zeke, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your business.
Hey, Terrence, thank you for having me. Ironically, I'm actually from the Triangle area. I am a Chapel Thrill, Tar Heel, born and
Don't
raised.
hold that against him, people. He's all right. He's all
Yeah,
right. That's not a bad thing.
don't hold that against me unless you want to come over to the bright side. But yeah, man, I've been here in Charlotte though for about 30 years now, and I've been licensed in real estate since 2014. But I really have only been doing residential for about the last five. I came in right at um, COVID, in fact. So thankfully became what's the word when we're necessary, like healthcare, and so they allowed us to still do
I'm getting
business
old
and
now. I can't
everything.
think of
Yeah,
words,
I
man.
forgot. I forgot. I forgot.
I know the
That's right.
word because
That's
I
right.
was so
Yeah,
happy when it happened.
yeah. So I would just say necessary because everybody needs a place to stay, right? So, but yeah, man. So I've enjoyed it and really just trying to get into it a little bit further. So that's why I'm here with you.
Got it. And the interesting thing about Zeke and I, we actually met in Charlotte when I lived in Charlotte, and I think we were in two completely different businesses then. Have always stayed in touch, and now are able to work together in the real estate world.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. The power of relationships. That's one thing I've really learned over time is just the value of relationships, right? Always, maintaining the right ones, skipping away from those that aren't the right ones or what have you. Being around like-minded people, things of that nature. I've always seen you as a connector. We're in BNI together, Business Networking International. I always saw you as someone that could just, even if you didn't know it, you always knew who to go to, who to connect with, things of that nature. And I think I've kind of adopted that here in Charlotte now. And I tell people all the time, I don't know anything, but I know who to get you to.
There you go. That's it. That is it.
I'm a connector. That's it. I'm just a connector. Yeah.
And I'm quick
Staying.
to say that. I don't know. And I think clients appreciate that. Not only clients, but other networking partners. I think they really appreciate that you not thinking you know everything and being able to reach
Right.
out for help. So, with networking and all the people that we both know, how is that helping you in the real estate world these days?
I love when my clients are calling me, even after the fact, because they know that if they need an electrician, for example, they know that I've got someone. They can call me needing a GC, a general contractor, whatever the case may be. My clients are able to still see me as a resource, right? So it's not just a transactional thing. I'm all about relationships and being at their barbecue or their cookout. I've been to a couple of weddings of clients or what have you. So just being in the relationship business, being or calling myself a connector, it makes me feel good when they are still relying on me after the fact. 6 months later or what have you, they know that they can call their realtor because, as you know, we're everything but realtors, right? you know sometimes we're marriage counselors, right? Sometimes so yeah, so that's what I love about it. That's what I love about it.
I agree on that. And people, we are going to talk about the X's and O's and markets here in a minute. But I agree with that exactly. This week alone, I got a referral, and that goes to those ongoing relationships. A lady, she referred me her mom. Her mom had a rental property. And mom lives out of state, wants to get it on the market quickly. So I was able to, within 4 days, get her two estimates on getting all her interior work done, her exterior work done. Those estimates were given last Tuesday. The GC this is Friday, 14 days? No, 10, 7, 10, 12 days later. The GC is finishing up the work. I had another client that I've helped them sell two houses for investors as well that live out of the area. Met them on Monday, and we've already gotten the trash removed from the house. She okayed the GC's estimate to have everything done by Friday. And that was a great help for them because they're not here. They don't have access to these people. And, they don't want to just look on Facebook or look on Yelp to find someone that they really don't know anything about. And it helps to have that agent here that really knows what's going on in that specific area. And with knowing what's going on, what's happening in the Charlotte real estate world?
Man, well, I mean, we've got 50,000 people per year moving to Charlotte right now. It's probably similar to you guys. I know that there's a lot of growth going on there. So people are coming in and they are, it's families coming in. Charlotte's very transit, just for jobs, whether it's banking, being one of the big things. So people are in and out. They may stay here for 2 or 3 years, and then they all of a sudden have to take off and they move to Florida or somewhere. But we're finding that we're competing with renters. When I say renters, I think just like there are some builders that are coming in right now and they are literally building single family developments strictly for rent.
They are.
Right. So,
and that's something that a lot of people don't know that is happening right now because they don't expect that to be happening in the Raleigh area because we are basically more rural once you get outside of Raleigh, a lot more than Charlotte is. But yes, we are seeing entire subdivisions now that are for rent.
Yeah. And, so people are coming in and if they need to rent right away because they want to get to know the area or what have you, then they are, seeking the short-term rentals, whether 6 months, a year, or what have you. And, also homes, are starting to sit a little bit longer. More houses are coming on the market. Buyers are having more choices. They're able to take their time right now, whereas, maybe even 6-9 months ago, they may have to move quickly, even if it's a home that they really like, they feel like they can love, or what have you. They're still taking, okay, well, I'll still take 2 or 3 days, or even a week or so, because they feel confident that the home is going to be still there right now.
We're seeing that a lot here now. Like you were saying, towards the end of 2023, that was still where you had to make a pretty quick decision in a lot of areas. In the popular areas, you had maybe 2 or 3 days to make the decision. Now, I think I ran some numbers this week. We're seeing around 30 days to 46 days on the market. Now, still in the hot spots, they are down to, 10 or so if you're looking for a specific house. The biggest thing we're seeing here is because a lot of our growth is what I call the outer loop of Raleigh. We've got 440, which is the inner loop. Most people consider 540 the outer loop. There's an outer loop that I look at from, if people know the area, Wake Forest, around Wendell, down Garner, Smithfield, all the way around Danger, over to Lillington. That's where a lot of people are going right now. We've got a lot of new construction that has been sitting for a while. They built a lot out there, and I think people's eyes still aren't really open to those areas because they still see them as way far out. But that's where we see the most inventory and the most options, I'll say, for buyers right now.
Right. And there's a little bit of that, like with us, there, you mentioned like Andrew and the like, Belmont, Monroe, Indian Trail, places like that. But, but people still want to be in Charlotte, right? They want to be in the Queen City, the big city, if you will. As far as North Carolina is concerned, they want to be close to the action and be able to get to downtown within 20 minutes. Our office, we're here in Ballantyne, which is a pretty upscale area, probably like some of those areas in Cary, what have you. Fenton, and all those areas. Ballantyne is a lot like that. So it's still the hot area code, and it's where a lot of action is. So, so people are still, they're not quite running from Charlotte, as they once were. So, yeah.
And that's a big difference in our two markets that Zeke just mentioned. Charlotte banking, it feels more like a younger crowd, a more energetic crowd. Raleigh, to me, is just a little bit of a slower pace. A lot of people here are coming, they're retiring, couple, both retired, only one's retired. Also, people coming to chase their kids and feeling like they can get a little more land here. I think generally people that are moving to the Raleigh Triangle area, they're going to be in their house for 6, 7, 8 years, some longer. There are a few that are moving to the downtown area that we know aren't going to be here very long, but I think for the most part, people are kind of moving here to stay.
Right, right. Versus here, it's a little bit of it's a good mix, but the primary group is that 30 to 35-year-old group, very young families, or just about to start a family or what have you. Charlotte is known as a great place to move to start a business, even, right? So we're seeing that 30 to 35, a large population of folks that are moving here. But that said, you've got those retirees or those who want a second home that may live in New York, California. Many of them are selling their homes, and I just helped a couple move from San Diego. They were retiring to come here, and obviously the dollar is more there, so they sell their homes, they come here, they pay cash, and they bank the rest or invest the rest or what have you. So we do have that as well, but again, it's really it's a more youthful movement. I think that's primarily moving here right
Yeah.
now.
From what I'm seeing out of state, a few years ago, I did see more people coming from out west, California, Washington State, and you're right, they could sell one house there, buy a house in the Triangle, and get a condo at the beach and be
Yep,
great.
exactly.
For the last
Yeah.
couple of years, it's
Hey, Terrence,
what's
I wish I could
becoming.
do that.
I will one day. Right now, our people from out of state are a lot like you said, moving from the Northeast. They're avoiding taxes. They want to get all 4 seasons. They're coming here. We're also getting people that are in Florida now. They're realizing it's too hot. It's getting overcrowded. They're coming back here. It's a little cooler. They still get to enjoy it. And we still have a big draw here because of the tech industry and pharmaceuticals. So that's a big thing for us. I have seen more townhouses being built in the Triangle area, and now we're getting more 55 plus. So if any of you are thinking about relocating to the area, looking for 55 plus communities or communities that are similar to 55 plus, but that are open to all age groups, that's a big thing that's happening here.
Right, right. Yeah. And I've the 55 plus, I'm starting to see more come on the market. I can't say that people are taking advantage of it probably as they should. I think and even myself. I mean, I'm probably dating myself here, but I mean, I'm 57, and so when I think of 55 plus, I'm thinking, man, I'm getting old, and I'm going to need some Geritol for those younger folk out there. They won't know what that is, but but I start thinking these things that I shouldn't think about, right? That you think about with getting old, and because it's 55 plus, and so where I'm going is I think a lot of people are missing really good opportunities in the 55 plus, because even myself, I've started to look at it more and like, wow, this could actually be really good, So yeah, I think people definitely need to look into the 55
And the
plus
thing I like
communities
about
more.
those is some of the builders that are building those are the builders that have been around for a long
They're
time,
really good
and they pay
builders, really
very
good.
close attention to detail on a lot of things. Those are
Yeah,
great.
high quality,
Yep.
for sure.
Yep. Are you guys getting a lot of the? I think they were there when I was there. Are you getting a lot of the 3-story townhouses?
My goodness, left and right. You talk about townhomes. There are a lot of townhomes going up. That also includes those that are strictly for rent
Hmm.
as well.
Hmm.
But the 3-story, I'm seeing it quite often, right? Because you can always build up, right? As we decrease in I don't know who it was, but I heard somebody say one time something about, and it's not verbatim, but buy land. If you get a chance, buy
That would
land,
have been Gary
because
Keller.
there we go. Okay. Mr. Keller Williams himself, right here on the other side of the camera. But yeah, right, and I think that's obviously the reason for the 3-story, right? Because I put more where there's less, right? So you can always build up. So we're saying three-story quite a bit. I actually went to a broker open or grand opening for three-story that's not even three-quarters of a mile from my office right here. Very impressive. But for somebody like me, again, who should be looking at the 55 plus community, I don't want to be walking all those stairs.
And for a few of you that may not recognize what we're talking about, because they may be coming from the Northeast where they think three-story townhouse is one house on each floor. That is not what we're talking
True.
about. We're
Correct.
talking about first floor basically being the garage, a bedroom, and a full bathroom. Second floor, usually kitchen, dining room, living room. Third floor, primary, and two. There's another floor plan of them that won't have a garage, which is kitchen, living room, all that stuff on the first floor. Second floor, two bedrooms. Third floor is the primary suite upstairs. So that's what we're talking about when we're saying a three-story townhouse.
Right. But the beautiful thing, at least here, what I'm saying, Terrence, like what I really like though about the three-story is it does offer opportunity for some really nice entertaining, because like our three stories here, there's an outside patio, or what have you. You can walk out of your primary bedroom that's on the third floor, or a bonus room or what have you that's on the third floor, out onto this huge, private, or terrace or what have you. And then you're looking down over, your neighborhood, or you can see the city better just sitting out there. And so imagine just sitting out there at night, just overlooking the city, on your third floor, townhome. So that part I do like.
Well, we're in the country here, so we don't have all those bright city lights that you do. One of the other things I'm seeing with the three-story townhouses is I've got clients that are short-term renting that bedroom and bathroom on the first floor. And then they've got separation because the middle floor is kitchen and living room, and then their bedrooms are upstairs. So there's good separation. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening as long as you did today. I promise next month we will get you some numbers and truly what's going on in the market instead of us just having a conversation back and forth about our stuff. Now, I do want to mention, Zeke, you do cover the Triad, don't you?
So the Triad Bend, Greensboro, Winston-Salem area, Burlington. I did just close on a property in Burlington last week. So I'm anywhere from Charlotte up through the Triangle area where you are, but I need you for that. That's too much driving for me.
So everybody out there, if you have any real estate needs from the Triangle through Charlotte, just figure I-40 going all the way across.
Yep.
85.
Myself or Terrence, we will get you taken care of. That's
it.
for sure.
That's it. Well,
Relationship
thank you,
based.
Zeke. If the people want to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Absolutely, man. They can reach me directly on my cell phone, 704-779-1292. We're always carrying our phones, even if we walk out the door, and, we will turn around if we're 30 minutes from home. Yeah, there you go. We'll go back and get that phone. Forget our wallet, but I better have my phone, right? So you can always get me there. That's the easiest thing. Call, text. If I don't answer right away, I get back to you within 60 minutes. So anything real estate related, let me know. Yeah.
Same thing here. Give me a call at 919-675-9967. All right. Thank you, Zeke. Have a good week.
You got it, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right.